Howdy, hunters. Today we're diving into one of the most fearsome new beasts in Monster Hunter Wilds, the Balahara. This sand-dwelling terror is a force to be reckoned with, but don't worry, I've got the ultimate hunter's guide to help you take it down. If you love Monster Hunter content, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any more guides. Now, let's get hunting. Alright, so what exactly is the Balahara? This massive Leviathan-type monster burrows through the sands, ambushing prey with incredible speed. It thrives in desert regions, using its sand-shifting abilities to stay hidden before striking. Its powerful jaws can crush armor, and its tail sweep can send hunters flying. But perhaps the most terrifying thing about the Balahara is its sandstorm ability. This monster can whip up a blinding storm, limiting visibility and making it harder to dodge its attacks. Sounds scary? It is. But with the right strategy, we can bring it down together. Alright, hunters, let's talk about Balahara's main attacks and how to deal with them. Its first main attack is burrowing and ambushing. The Balahara will burrow under the sand and launch itself at you from below. The key to avoiding this attack is to watch for the shifting sand. If you see it moving, roll or sprint away immediately. Having an airplug skill can also help, as it roars when it emerges, which can stagger you. Another attack it has is a sandstorm cloak attack. When it starts whipping up the storm, the visibility drops dramatically. You can utilize some flash pods to briefly disrupt it, or position yourself near rocks or solid ground to track it easily. Bring gear with wind resistance, and that can also help you avoid getting knocked around by the storm. With its giant tail, it makes sense that it would have a tail sweep attack. This is the wide sweeping attack that can hit multiple hunters, so if there's someone next to you, that doesn't mean you're safe. If you see the tail rear up, get ready to Superman dive or roll the attack rather than away. This will help you avoid the full force of the hit. Its last major attack is its Jaws Crush attack. This is where it lunges forward and tries to chomp down on you. If it catches you, you're going to be in for some massive damage, so you'll want to keep moving sideways and don't stay directly in front of it for too long. A well-timed evasion or shield block is crucial here if you have a weapon with the ability to. One last move I can't forget to mention is the Balahara can spit mud right out of its mouth at you. It can happen in two different types of attacks, either through a stream or through a glob, so you'll always want to be on the lookout for when it rears its head back, as it might be spitting at you and can attack from a massive range. Alright, so now that we know what we're up against, let's talk about what you should bring to this fight. In terms of weapons, blunt weapons like the hammer or hunting horn are great for stunning the Balahara, but cutting weapons like the longsword or greatsword can target the legs and tail for huge amounts of damage. For ranged players, bowguns with explosive or piercing ammo work wonders against the thick hide of the Balahara. In terms of the armor a hunter should wear, you'll want to look for gear that has high water and wind resistance, since the Balahara's attacks can knock you around and down into the sand. Having some tremor resistance is a huge plus to avoid getting staggered when it does burrow. In terms of items, bringing flash pods to counter the sandstorm cloak is effective. Null berries help clear any blinding effects if the storm disorients you. Pitfall traps work great when it's above ground, and shock traps are less effective since it moves through the sand so much. And of course, mega barrel bombs are great for when it's sleeping. If you set them up, you can wake them up with a massive damage attack. Now, let's talk about how to actually take this monster down. The first tip you should use is to stay mobile. You don't want to stay in one spot for too long, especially when the sand stops moving. Keep moving and stay on the lookout for attack cues. You can use the environment by looking for rock formations or cliffs to climb on to gain an advantage when the sandstorm kicks in. Some areas even have destructible terrain that can knock the Balahara off balance. You'll want to primarily aim for the legs first. Targeting the legs can slow it down, which will make it easier to dodge the attacks. Once it's limping, you can go all out and set up for the final blow. And if you're working with a team and hunting with friends, have one person focus on stunning or flinching the Balahara while the others deal the heavy damage. Communication really is key in this fight. And there you have it, hunters. With these tips, you'll be ready to take down the Balahara like a pro. If you find this guide helpful, be sure to drop a like and a comment below with your own strategies. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more Monster Hunter Wilds content. Until next time, hunters, happy hunting. Can't wait to see you out there.